Next topic we are going to discuss is cost estimation and rate analysis. So, how we do cost estimation? First, we need to have the basic drawings. Once we have basic drawings, we need for detailed designs. So, after getting detailed designs, and we need for specifications. So, drawings. Once the drawings is attained, we go for designs. So from the designs, we will try to go for the material specifications. Once we have got the specifications, and based on that specification, we derive the estimation of a particular material by cost estimation. So let us solve some very small problems on this cost estimation and rate analysis for just a little understanding of the things. So for this cost estimation, there are three techniques which are generally used for the cost estimation. They are long wall shortfall method and centerline method and partially centerline and shortfall method. So let us see what is long wall shortfall method. So here I am drawing a plan and an elevation to explain you long wall shortfall method and centerline method. So I am giving you a rough plan here. This is a rough plan of a room which is having a size of 5 meters by 4 meters, and my cross section area or just my thickness, which is equal to, I am assuming it as 0.6 meters of brick wall, and I have an elevation here. Elevation of the wall along with the footing is given here. This is my wall, which is above the superstructure. Sorry, which is the superstructure and above the ground level. Now, here wall height is given as 3 meters. Now, I need to calculate the volume of the brick wall using long wall shortfall method. So, it is very simple. The wall which is along the length of a room is long wall. So along the length means the biggest number. So what is the biggest number out of these 5 and 4? 5. So 5 meters is the biggest value. So the length is 5 meters. So the long wall is 5 meters and short wall will be 4 meters. So when I am considering long wall and short wall, I need to consider effective length of the room. So when I am taking effective length, let's see how I am going to calculate it. The way of representation will be generally like this: serial number, description, and next you need to calculate the length, breadth and height of the wall, and you need to multiply these two to attain volume. So once you have got the volume of this, then according to our cost estimation, first we need to prepare the quantities. For preparing the quantities, first I am preparing a sheet for the calculation of volumes over here, or simply I can write this as quantity. Why? Because sometimes we calculate area also. So as we are doing plastering, painting and all, sometimes we calculate that in terms of meter square, that means in area, and we multiply with the rate such that we will get in the cost of it. So I am just determining this as quantity. And here I am writing explanation. So first activity, I need to calculate the volume of brickwork. So brickwork. So there are two walls for me. One is long wall and two short wall. Long wall and short wall. There is one more important point here: numbers. How many long walls are present and how many short walls are present. So there are 2 long walls and 2 short walls. So numbers are 2 and 2. Now this is the main thing in long wall and short wall: calculation of length. So how I am going to calculate the length, that I will write in explanation. So in this explanation, what is the length of long wall? Length of long wall is equal to length, normal length of the room, center line to center line length of the room, plus half of breadth on each side of the room. So half of my breadth. That means if I draw a center line here, this 5 meters represents center line loom length. So the distance between this is 5 meters, right? So this overall thickness is 0.6. So what is this thickness? This is 0.3, right? Total is 0.6, so half of it will be 0.3. And here also total is 0.6, so half of it will be 0.3. So the total length of wall is L plus half B plus half B, which is equal to 5 plus 0.3 plus 0.3, which is equal to 5.6. So your length is 5.6 here, right? So what I am doing is, when I am doing long wall and short wall, I am making this hole as a rectangle and finding its volume. And next I am making this hole as a rectangle and taking this volume, right? So when I am taking this length, this short wall length, what I need to do? I need to take the total length of the short wall, that is 4, and I need to subtract the breadth by 2 times. So minus 0.3 minus 0.3, which gives me 3.4, right? So the length of short wall is 3.4 and the breadth is 0.6 and 0.6. Height, we can take it from the elevation, that is 3 meters and 3 meters. If I multiply all these values, I will get the, so number into length into breadth into height gives me the quantity of the brick wall of long wall, and quantity of the short wall is also having same formula, but multiply these values such that you will get the length of, you will get the volume of brickwork in long wall and short wall. Next method is calculation by centerline method. So how will you calculate the centerline? Centerline method is very easy in terms of a small room like this. So what I need to do is, I just need to calculate the centerline length. So what is the centerline length? This side it is 5 and 4, 5 and 4. So centerline is equal to 2 into 5 plus 4. So 18 is your centerline. So now again you have 1 and brick wall. In centerline method, we are not going to take any long wall and short wall. We are just going to consider each and every wall as same, and we are just calculating the center line. So how many center lines are there? Only one center line, and the length is 18 and breadth is 0.6 and height is 3 meters. Now you will calculate number into L into B into H. You can calculate the quantity based on centerline method. When you are looking after this, you might feel that centerline method is very easy, but practically centerline method is a tougher. So why centerline method is tougher? Why? Because here the brick wall is having uniform thickness. When you have uniform thickness, centerline method is the easiest method. I also accept it. But when you are having different thicknesses, then the addition and subtraction of the half of the breadths will vary and centerline method will become too tough. So that's why most of the people will try to use combination of center wall method and long wall short wall method. So what happens here is, suppose if I have a room something like this, suppose if I have calculating a building size, so what is the volumes required in building? So a building plan might be like this. I am just drawing a rough sketch of building. So in this rough sketch of building, what happens is, these outer walls have different thickness and inner walls have different thickness, right? So at that time, what we will try to do is, we will go for centerline method for the outer walls. Why? Because it will have a constant thickness. But this partition wall thickness will vary for wall to wall also sometimes. That's why for the center walls, you try to take long wall short wall method in the inner walls and in the outer walls which are having uniform thickness, you will try to calculate the volumes by Centerline method. So the best method which is used by all the engineering departments in India is Centerline method, combination of Centerline method and long wall short wall method, right? So these are the accurate method to calculate the volumes. So if you want to calculate the cost by approximate method, there are three methods in our process to calculate the total cost of the project by approximate method. So what are those three methods? The very first one is plinth area method. Plinth area method. So when I have a building like this, let it be of any kind or any shape, what I am going to do is I just calculate the plinth area of this. So what if my plinth area is known, I just calculate it by price and I just get the cost of overall project. So I think you might have known, if you have bought a house, they will ask you how many square feet. You will say 1800 square feet, 2000 square feet and all. So what is that square feet you are saying? That is plinth area, simply. So how will you determine the cost of your house? Plinth area into rate per unit area gives your overall cost of the building, right? So like that, plinth area method, I am giving you an example. Plinth area of a house is 2000 square feet and each square feet cost is 3000 rupees. 3000 rupees for 1 square feet. So then what is the overall cost of the building? So overall cost is equal to 2000 into 3000 rupees, right? So this is 6,000,000. So 60 lakhs is the cost of a building. But when we are calculating plinth area method, as this is the approximate method of calculating the overall cost of the project, now we need to add some overheads. So what are the overheads? Actually, this cost determines only the cost of construction by civil works. But we need to calculate the construction cost along with electrification of the building, water supply of the building, and also supervision cost and also contractor's profit. These all are not considered in plinth area method. That's why we need to have some approximate percentages for water supply and sanitary, and we need to have some percentage for electrical and supervision and overall cost of the project. So what we need to do is, suppose if I have a sanitary or water supply of 5% of total contract value. So if my contract value is 60 lakhs, then 5% will go for water supply. So I am going to add 5% of 60,000 to the overall project cost, right? Next, if I have an electricity cost of 8% or electrification cost of 8%, again I need to add 8% of 60,000. Suppose if I have supervision cost of 3% for this project, then what you will do? 3% of 60 lakhs. That is wrong. Supervision cost will be taken for supply of water and also for electrification. So first try to add all these quantities, then you will get something like, I am just assuming you have got something like 72 lakhs. So now supervision cost should be taken for 3% of 72 lakhs and you need to add it. And contractor's profit. Contractor's profit, let us assume 10%. Then this contractor's profit also you should take it for 10% of 72,000 after adding supply of water and electrification cost. Then we can find the overall cost of the project by this plinth area method. So the next method what we are going to use in the approximate method is cubicle content method. Cubicle content method. So what happens in cubicle content method is, generally they also give a plinth area of 2000 square feet and height of the building. So why they are considering height of the building? They want to consider a project like a cube. So how will you get it? and area into height gives you a cube volume. So height of building I am assuming as 4 meters. So my cube will be, that house is considered as a cube. So 2000 into 4, which gives you 8000. Let me take this in feet. Then it's 10 feet. So 20,000 cubic feet, right? And they will give you cost also according to cubic feet. So when I get a cost of 200 per cubic feet, I can multiply these two values and get the overall contract value. Once I got the overall contract value, then I can add the percentage of sanitary, I can add the percentage of electricity. After add them all and do addition for the supervision cost and also for the contractor's profit, then you will get the overall cost of the completion of project. So like this, you will go for cubicle content method. And the last method in this approximate method is number 3, unit based method. Unit based method. Suppose if you are going to construct some facilities like school buildings or hospital buildings, how they calculate is in the approximate method, they will calculate how many number of students are going to join in a school or how many number of patients are going to come here. So depending on that, they will calculate how number of benches required or number of beds required in a hospital. Let us assume there are 60 beds required in a hospital. For each bed, they are calculating that it requires 60,000 for the construction. So what is the cost for overall construction cost? 60 beds into 60,000 per bed, then you will get it as 36 lakhs as the cost of project or the cost of constructing a hospital. So this method of measurement is known as unit based method. So in the approximate method, you have 3 techniques: plinth area method, cubicle content method, and unit based method. In exact method, you have 3 techniques: long wall shortfall method, centerline method, and partially centerline method and short wall method. So the best out of all the 6 methods is partially centerline method and short wall and long wall method. So like this, we calculate the cost of the project, and the rate analysis, we need to take the rates from schedule of rates. So what is schedule of rates? Now, do you know how much does a labor cost per day in Hyderabad? Maybe you know it, but what happens is you need to take a standard rate for it and compare with it. Is that higher or lower? So where does your standard rate present? Your standard rate present at schedule of rates. There are different schedule of rates. I'm writing it here. If you are working in a state board project, then you will use AP schedule of rates. AP schedule of rate, AP SSR, which is represented by, if you are working for a central project, then you will go for Delhi schedule of rates, or you can use you can use CPWD schedule of rates. CPWD schedule of rates. So if you are going for state, you can use for AP schedule of rates or CPWD schedule of rates. If you are doing a national wide project, then you go for Delhi schedule of rates or CPWD schedule of rates. So in anywhere in India, you can use CPWD schedule of rates for estimating the rate. So you can get the quantities from long wall method, short wall method, plinth area method, centerline method, like this. But you can get the rate from schedule of rates. Once you get the quantity and rate, you can multiply quantity and rate and get the amount, and addition of all the amounts gives you contract value. So this summary of quantities, rates, and getting the amounts is known as abstract of estimates. I am writing here abstract, ABSTRACT, abstract of estimates. This abstract of estimates is the summary of quantities and rates, and by multiplying these two, I will get amount, and by adding all the amounts, I will get the contract value. So our main objective of reading this cost estimation and rate analysis is to obtain contract value. First we are going for cost estimation, and after that from rate analysis we get the rates, and by multiplying we get the amount, and by adding we will get the contract value. So this is our cost estimation and rate analysis.